a number of stories on my mind. First of all, download the 77 WABC app. And coming up at 45 minutes past the hour, the Chronicles of Dominic Carter. We're starting with, if you just fast forward a few hours, it was a week ago that the Highland Park mass shooting occurred. Charges have not been ruled out for the suspect's father. You could never confuse this guy with the Father of the Year. He should be criminally charged. You may recall as well that incident where I told you about last week, where the 3 females destroyed a French fry business in Lower Manhattan over the fact that they didn't want to pay apparently $1.75 for extra sauce, $1.75. Well, the business owner is speaking out, and the owner, she is correct. The French fry owner says, I'm quoting here, destructive animals caused $25,000 in damages. And the owner is also pointing out that no one stepped in to help the staff as this went on. We should all stand with bodega worker Jose Alba. He should have never have been criminally charged, and now there is chilling new video which shows not only did he have to fight off the ex-con boyfriend, but also the girlfriend who stabbed Alba. Did anyone, any investigator at the DA's office look at the video? Did you do background investigative work before charging this 61-year-old man and sending him to Rikers? You clearly see in the video the girlfriend trying to help her boyfriend pulls out a knife and stabs Mr. Alba a couple of times. Steve Bannon is now apparently willing to appear in front of the House Select Committee investigating last year's Capitol riot after months of refusing to testify, resulting in criminal contempt charges, according to a new letter from his lawyer. The letter sent over the weekend, it appears to convey a reversal, and it could prove to be explosive revelations once Bannon testifies, if he does indeed. The former top cop of New York City, Bill Bratton, and you knew this was coming, is warning that the city will face a crisis-level shortage of police officers over the next few years. Why? Due to frustrated officers leaving, and you can think defund the police, the movement. We'll let you hear Bratton, who appeared on the Cats Roundtable yesterday. And by the way, when we're talking about defund the police and wokeness and so on, at Gristedes and D'Agostino's, the supermarkets, they're looking at a 30% spike in shoplifting compared to last year. And so I see all your phone calls already. We're going to go to them in just a second. 1-800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. But I want you to listen to this first about the father in Highland Park. It's incredible what he did for his son here. And this is Dan Abrams on the ABC Morning Show talking to Robin Roberts. They had this conversation about whether or not charges will be coming.
We're going to bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. And Dan, we heard in Alex's report from the father of the shooter, who is now being investigated because he sponsored his son's application to get a gun when he was under the age of 21, even though his son had previously threatened to take his own life and kill his family. So what type of charges could the father be facing here, Dan?
Well, there could be serious charges, no doubt about it, because in the state of Illinois, when a minor applies for a firearm. A parent has to sponsor them, and a parent signs the following: that they, quote, shall be liable for any damages resulting from the minor applicant's use of firearms or firearm ammunition. And that is exactly what happened here. Now, that's a civil standard, but it would certainly apply potentially to the criminal law as well. So an aggressive prosecutor could decide on involuntary manslaughter, for example. But remember, he's saying, his lawyer's saying, he didn't know about this incident that had happened then, and that would certainly be relevant in evaluating possible criminal charges.
So, Dan, do you think this tactic will become a new tool for prosecutors in mass shootings moving forward?
Absolutely. We've already seen it in the state of Michigan in the case, for example, of school shooter Ethan Crumbley, where the parents there didn't sign a document like this, and they were charged with involuntary manslaughter for simply not doing enough to stop him.
And so we'll see what happens, but it just seems to me that it is inevitable that the father will face criminal charges. We'll see. We are now taking your telephone calls, 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222, the start of a new week. Let's begin with Linda on Long Island. Good morning, Linda. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dom. I still love you.
Oh, well, thank you. I love you as well. Thank you.
I know that. I want to talk about Mr. Abbott. The girlfriend of the bum, that guy, should be arrested because she was the instigator of the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
She was the one who stabbed Mr. Abbott, and she was the one who ran to get her criminal boyfriend to take care of him. She was the one who did the whole thing. She started with with that snapping, and the whole thing was really, she was the cause of her boyfriend being killed. So, I mean, I don't understand. I hope they're still going to arrest her for it.
Well, the DA right now, Linda, is boxed in. But here's what I don't understand, right? The first thing you do is look at all the videos. You are letting shoplifters and God knows whoever else just literally walk in and out of court like they're the king of New York. And you're permitting this. And now you have a hardworking man in a bodega where an ex-con walks behind the counter, pushes him. Now, the allegation, let's lay the whole thing out. The allegation, the girlfriend's in the store with, I think, a EBT card. I think that's what it's called. And she goes to purchase something for the daughter. The charge doesn't go through. According to her, once the charge didn't go through, the worker, Mr. Albert, snatched the item from the daughter. That's the allegation based on the girlfriend. She says, I'm coming back with my boyfriend. Why would you go get your ex-con boyfriend when you know he's an ex-con and the only way he knows how to deal with conflict resolution is violence? And that's exactly what happens. And he goes behind the counter, and you see Alba trying to, on tape, defer the situation. And then he tries to get around the suspect. The suspect blocks him. Then they get into it. You see Alba reach for the knife, and the stabs are made. And then the video that is surfaced tonight, Linda, is a video from another angle in which you see the two men scuffling, and you see the girlfriend pull out a knife and stab Mr. Alba several times. Now, she should have been arrested on the spot.
Right.
The spot. But
why wasn't she? Right.
Well, because it's a new day in Manhattan. It's a new day with a new district attorney. Linda, I thank you for the call. A new district attorney where what's right is wrong, what's wrong is right, and that's the way it is. Let's go to Larry in Brooklyn. Good morning, Larry. You're on Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Yes. This woman, Paula from New Jersey, very interesting lady. She focused my attention on the potato chips. The fact that this woman was paying with food stamps and the sense of entitlement that she had because she had food stamps. Had she not received food stamps and simply didn't have any money in her purse, she would have probably very humbly led the child away, which leads us to think, What are we creating with these handouts, these sense of entitlements? They live in the housing projects for free. They don't pay for their food. They get everything for free. We're creating monsters in this society.
Well, Larry, I hear you, but a couple of corrections from someone who lived on food stamps for years, myself, growing up in the projects of this city. Without food stamps, my family would not have been able to eat. We would not have been able to make it. And I've said on this program before that one thing you'll never see Dominic Carter eat is a bologna sandwich, because a bologna is the scar of my upbringing in the projects, on welfare, with no father, on and on and on.